Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 126, Wife Beating. In this week's episode, the chat goes mental.
Oh my god!
JfG Ash wants Destiny 2.
Yeah, tell us all about it.
JfG Alex likes consoles with shit names.
No, good names.
There's some sort of top 5.
10.
And finally, did I mention Destiny 2 is out this week?
I've never heard of it. Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 126. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how are you?
Hey buddy, as always, I am good on Wednesday, Yaya. Sparkling Thoughts give me the hope to go on, sponsored by Lord. And yes, that album still is a 9 out of 15, possibly 12, after listening to it a couple more times.
Oh, okay.
See, I jumped the gun there. I knew you were going to ask the question.
I mean, no, I certainly was. Of course I was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, well,
Yeah,
I mean...
fuck you. Take that.
Fucking, that's that then,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Cheers then.
See you next week.
All right.
Cool.
So what you been up to, buddy?
It's a good question. It's a question that I get asked on a weekly basis.
I know, right?
Yeah. So yeah, this week has been the bank holiday, the celebrating the end of August. What is that? But what's the bank holiday for? Is it any reason?
It's
Summer?
it's because people are fucking sick of it.
Yeah. Fuck it.
That's the official reason.
Cool. Well, there we go. Bank holiday. So there was lots of drinking. Obviously, there's plentiful sunshine as well, which was glorious. Oh.
What a time it was, buddy. Did that sun reach the north?
I believe it did. I mean, I'm in the Midlands, so yeah.
Yeah, up north, yeah.
Yeah. What am I doing? Talking about what I did this week. Sorry, I'm getting confused because, like, literally the chat has just exploded with 2 comments. I can't keep up with this.
Oh my god.
Now. I know. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I didn't do a lot. I lounged about, which was nice. But I did get out on the patio, buddy. Welcome to Patio Chat with your favorite hosts, JfG Ash, JfG Alex. Patio all the time.
What did you do there?
I've been painting fences and handrails. Exciting times, mate.
Holy hell.
It took fucking forever because kids are like, "Oh, I want to do some painting, Dad." I'm like, "Yeah, come on then." What? No. Whatever you do, if you're doing like chores or like stuff around the house, trying to get shit done, do not get kids involved with it because it is just a bad idea.
I mean, the thing about kids is even if they excel as children, compared to adults, they're fucking shit. They're shit at everything. They can't throw as well as me, or climb as well as me, or paint as well as you.
Obviously, they can't paint fences like me.
Useless.
Yeah.
Someone should tell them because they need to be, trampled back down to size, mate. These delusions of grandeur. Oh, it's a fucking picture of a giraffe, is it? I wouldn't have known.
No fucking clue, mate.
It's just a blob as far as I'm concerned.
They can't even go to sleep on their own, They have to get, like, sung or cuddled or whatever, innit?
Useless.
Terrible kids.
Ugh,
so, yeah.
No wonder.
I finally got all the fucking fences painted, because it's looking bang tidy out there now, buddy, I would say. Bang
I'm sure.
tidy. Yeah, which is nice.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, fucking lovely time on the patio. Did some drinking, obviously. Standard stuff.
It's what you deserve on the patio after working on the patio. You need to have a drink on that patio.
I mean, I'm just gonna ask you a question. What are you drinking tonight, buddy?
Unfortunately, I'm drinking Stella.
Mate, unfortunately, I'm drinking the Lidl knockoff of Stella, which is called Gallaroo. It's a traditional beer, premium lager. It's in, if you're looking on the live stream now, it looks like a can of Stella. But obviously, it is not. I mean, yeah. Bad news for me tonight. But the reason why the missus was having a go at me for having so many bottles in the old, recycling bottle bin.
I get the same. I get exactly the same.
With beer bottles. I mean, it's clearly my fault. I drink enough for 3 men, I would say.
Yeah, it's my fault as well, and they don't collect glass here.
Oh, well, fuck that.
And I can't park outside the flat, so invariably it's a weekly task for her to take all of my fucking old bottles down the bottle bank.
I mean, that's a role in life.
That's a roll. See, get the dinner on the table, see.
I'm going to apologise quickly now. My voice is going to keep going in and out and totally messed up because I'm coming out of an end of another cold, thanks to kids. Yeah.
I tell you, kids, mate. Jesus Christ. God, they can't paint.
Make you ill. Fucking just terrible.
They make you ill.
Yeah. It's fucking horrible. So yeah, one other thing we did on the bank holiday weekend, my son got invited to a climbing party, and I was
explain
a place where you go climbing.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So this place was called Clipping. I
bet they're shit at that as well.
I tell you what, mate. Fucking some of them are not shit at that. They're fucking
like savants, aren't they? When it comes to
they don't
it's like
mess
a
about.
Natural evolution thing where they've got their primal instincts and they can just shimmy up shit.
It's crazy. But yeah, at this place, it was called Clip and Climb. The motion is, you go up to the wall. There's a cable you clip yourself in, and you climb up it, come back down. Take the cable off, clip it back onto the bottom. You don't have to have instructors there. And I thought, wow, fuck me. That's
great.
That makes so much sense, Obviously, there were health and safety people walking around making sure these were doing it. And they didn't let the kids, attach themselves because obviously we know kids are fucking retarded. And
ridiculous. They don't even attach themselves to ropes, mate.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you could say fearless right now.
Yeah.
But stupid is the actual term.
They're evil Knievel motherfuckers.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yep.
But they had this thing called the Leap of Faith, and I was like, Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith, that sounds fun. It wasn't jumping out of a massive tower into a hay bale, unfortunately.
That was going to be my next question,
exactly,
obviously. Yeah.
But no, it's, you climb up the ladder, and there's a platform, and you have to jump and try and grab onto this bar, and they can set the bar in or out, obviously closer to you or further away. And I was just like, fuck me, I really want to have a go on that. Unfortunately, I didn't, but one day I'm going to fucking do this Leap of Faith. It looks really good, though. I saw a couple of people do it, and I just laughed my tits off, because they're up there like, oh, I've got to jump. I'm like, of course you got to jump. What do you think was going to happen?
So is it like grabbing a trapeze kind of thing?
Yeah, grabbing, right, exactly like that. And, they... obviously, the taller you are, the further they put it out. I saw one numpty, oh man, this guy he was so annoying. It was probably I don't know, maybe a bit younger than me, so I don't know, late 20s. And he was gangly and tall, and I was like, this guy's just a cunt, because he's at a place where kids go to climb, and he was just racing up these things. I'm like, such a tool.
Time me.
Yeah, no, seriously.
What a fucking
there was
fanny.
things at the bottom where you could press the button, and there was a timer that went on, and you could race to the top and press the other button. He was like, yes, I did it. I'm like, wow, well done.
Fucking pointless, mate, because we know kids are shit, so there's no point in showing them up. You're just mugging yourself off in that instance.
But it was quite cool, because they had all different themed ones. So they had a Tetris themed climbing wall where it was all different blocks from Tetris. I was like, oh wow, that is kind of cool.
That's nice.
But anyway, I've spoken way too much more about that than I thought I was going to. Game of Thrones season 7's finished, buddy. Quick roundup. People died.
Oh shit! Spoiler. Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. People died.
Check that out. And also, I've been playing on my PC, and PC is fucking awesome, buddy.
Oh my! You've been enjoying some some games with proper frame rates, have you? Is that what's been going on?
It's fucking glorious. I was just like, I totally forgot about how good it was just to unleash the beast, or whatever the Xbox Scorpio phrase was.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So, been playing a bit of PC. Obviously, the Destiny 2 beta was on this week, or is still on right now.
That explains it. Yep.
On PC at the moment. So yeah, I've been playing that. I guess I'll talk about that in a bit when we talk about what games we've been playing. Ooh,
please do.
I'm not too sure about what the topic is this week.
I'll tell you now. Actually, if you want, I was going to save it, but there's really no point. I mean, we want to get things straight early doors, frankly, and yeah, I was a little bit thrown by the fucking kids, but at the same time, here we are. The topic this week, buddy, for this podcast, episode 126, is video games.
My favourite.
There you go.
And luckily, I am vaguely knowledgeable on this subject as well.
I know a little bit about video games. I've also played some this week, so I feel mildly prepared.
Nice. Me too. I've played a few. So before we get into that, I mean, I need to know what you've been playing, buddy. Or not what you've been playing, what you've been doing. I don't care about what you've been playing.
Not right now.
Right now.
What I've been doing, I went on some sort of little holiday where I stayed in a shepherd's hut, buddy.
Right, so what is a shepherd's hut? Is it like, because I'm thinking like just a fucking barn. Or maybe is it some kind of like wigwammy?
No,
thing?
It was more like, imagine like a gypsy caravan without the wheels, basically. So it was kind of like a sort of, just a very small wooden dwelling, I guess. There was just about enough room in there for a double bed, like a chest of drawers, a table, and a fridge, and a few little bits and bobs. And that was basically it.
Did it have wheels?
It didn't have wheels, no. It was just a little hut by the river. Kind of, I suppose, log cabin-y, but with like beams rather than sort of rustic, rough, standard wood kind of stuff. It was really nice. They had the little sort of outhouse bit beside it with a toilet and a shower and everything. It was all done up really nicely. It was by a river next to a willow tree, buddy. There was a barbecue and there were sheep and ducks and some nice Labradors to play with. It was just really nice. I'd probably describe it as idyllic, buddy, if I were on a holiday program.
Yeah, I like it.
There you go. Yeah, it was just really nice and relaxing. We went to the South Downs and explored down there. I have to go that sort of vague neck of the woods for work once a week. It was really nice to do that journey for pleasure rather than for fucking pain.
So that was
good.
For pleasure, my favourite song.
Yep. Tune. But yeah, so we ponced down there. We stopped at a few pubs and had a barbecue. Went to some nice villages, buddy. I will list them now.
Oh,
Lurgashall.
Sure.
Alfriston.
Yeah.
Petworth.
I like that one. That's a nice one.
Yep. Yeah, that'll do. I think I'm not going to list all the villages. We did go to Arundel on Sunday for the Arundel Festival.
Arundel,
buddy.
Isn't that like a mythical place?
No, Arundel.
Oh.
Are you thinking of Rivendell?
Arundel.
From Lord of the Rings? We didn't go there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Isn't real.
Okay.
Spoilers. No, we went to Arundel. It's got a castle, it's got a cathedral, and they basically closed the whole fucking town so that they could put stalls out and tables and restaurants, and there was a band, a marching band, and then a jazz band. There was all sorts, Morris dancers. It had it all frankly, buddy. And that's what I found driving around this weekend, because it was the bank holiday weekend. Like, every village seemed to be basically trying to upstage the next one. So, like, everyone had, like, festivals on. It was just the most, like, movie British. Like, if you saw some of these things in a film, like, in, like, a major movie, you'd be like, oh, these fucking, like, English stereotypes, what a load of bullshit.
Bunch of cunts.
But no, for this weekend only, England was indeed that stereotype. There was people in straw hats serving cream buns, and there was ale and cider, and there was a medieval jousting tournament. It was England. It was really, really England.
This is England.
Yeah, it was. We had a really good time. It was great. Great to get away. And then came back on the bank holiday Monday, buddy, and there was a big old music festival in my town. So we just ponced about all day getting drunk, watching sort of semi-decent local music. And that was fine. Selection of nice meals as well. What more could you ask for? It was a beautiful bank holiday weekend, buddy.
That sounds, like you say, it sounds... there's no word. Idealistic, I don't know. Is that a word?
He loves it. He loves it.
It's beautiful.
He's delighted by my tales. Well, beautiful. I hope you are too, dear listener. I will stop now, though, because I did mention the topic before that and then rubbed that shit in your face by not talking about video games. We'll go and do that now. Well,
first of all, buddy, the chat is actually going fucking mental right now.
Oh, shit,
okay. I'm in Twitch, I'm on YouTube. It's, mate, I can't keep up with this. I'm trying to concentrate.
We need to employ someone, do we?
I think we need to get the moderator involved. We need to get JJ. But, I mean, he's the moderator on fucking Mixer or Beam or whatever fucking Mixer.
Fucking Mixer.com.
I know. Yeah. Terrible. But yeah.
Beam.pro.
We got Ad Yummies on YouTube. He's saying, like, cheers about, like, patio chats back and shit. He's well psyched.
Gotta be back.
And we just got a new follower on Twitch. Old Wooly. There you go, mate.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Indeed, buddy.
Cheers, buddies. I would have mentioned some patio chat myself, but unfortunately, the area outside the shepherd's hut, it was not paved, buddy. So I can't do that. I'd like to perhaps allow you to enjoy the reversing of an Ocado lorry outside the window, if you can hear that.
I love it. It's the best.
Can you hear that? It's nice. It sounds like this. I'll do an impression just in case you can't hear it.
I mean, that could be mistaken as someone trying to have bad sex. I mean, I don't want to go any more further with this. This is horrible. I mean, for an audio only thing, and you know, this is just no. I mean, now you're getting why are you getting so close to the video camera?
It's Sainsbury's. It's not Ocado. I was trying to talk up. It's Tunbridge Wells is posh. I was trying to up posh it. It's just Sainsbury's. Let's talk about what we've been playing.
Please.
Fuck me. So do you want to get the ball rolling, buddy?
Yeah, mate. Destiny 2 on PC is fucking awesome, mainly because it runs at 60 frames plus. And I was worried about my rig being able to do this. I shouldn't have worried at all, buddy. Fucking no bother.
Oh, really? Smooth as bisque, is it?
Well, because I'm only running it at 1080p because I haven't got a fancy Dan monitor. I think my monitor's like 6 years old now. Must be. Still running 1080p, 59 hertz, not 60. So I didn't actually hit that 60 frames like I did with GTA 5 when I did that. Classic.
It's not 59 frames there, buddy.
Mate. And it's nice because Destiny's got like the thing that GTA have always done, and that's to have like that kind of graphic of like how much like I think it's like VRAM that you're using, you know, like the RAM on your graphics card, how much of that you're using, for how much the settings you're using. So I could run it on high with it fine. I chucked it on highest and it started to chug at like 20 frames per second. I was like, that's not what I'm about. So I just knocked it on medium and it was still looking fine. Like I was happy with how it's looking. But it was just the smoothness. It was awesome. It was so good. Mate, I'm so looking forward to next week. I'm I might have to cancel the podcast or rearrange the podcast next week because obviously Wednesday is now Destiny 2 launch day. So I'm a bit worried about that. Maybe I'd be talking whilst playing. I mean, I won't be saying a lot.
We'll work something out, buddy. That sounds reasonable.
We'll sort something out because, I've got on the hype train way too much now. Like this past week, I've listened to like a narration for about an hour and a half of the lore and everything of Destiny that actually made sense. I was like, wow, I never knew that like the Traveler, which is like the big sphere thing, like it crashed above Mars or something, and we sent 3 astronauts to go and get it or to go and investigate it and things like that.
Yeah, that was in the opening movie on the first game.
Yeah, totally. I didn't know that. I was just like, cool, 3 dudes are on Mars. But yeah, that was a whole thing of like Earth was in, like it is now with war with everyone, but then we found this thing and it brought us all together. So we sent 3 like different nations, like or whatever, like Russian, American, and somewhere else, I think, or whatever, to go and investigate this thing. And
North Korea,
maybe. Who knows? I reckon so, though. I mean,
probably it's going that
finish
way.
It off, yeah. So yeah, it was. I don't know. It was weird, but fuck me, this game. I'm balls deep, mate. I'm getting stuck in. There's so much to talk about it, but I can't because I haven't even fucking played the game, so I haven't got any of my own opinions. It's just from what I've been watching on YouTube and shit like that. So. But it's been good though, because I've been keeping myself away from like shit that I don't want to find out. I don't want to know what the levels look like and things like that. But I do want to know like what kind of loot I can get and how I can get it, things like that. So
you're kind of perfectly in podcast town rather than video town, then, aren't you? And that's kind of
I guess so. Yeah, that's another thing of like subscribe to another Destiny podcast. I mean,
because you used to listen to a couple, didn't you? Like a couple of years ago.
I did. I haven't followed them. Obviously, I picked them back up the past like 3 or 4 months. Like, but yeah, no, I'm getting a bit too into this now. I feel like
that's brilliant.
This is gonna be scary. This game is looking very, very good to me right now, and I'm very, very excited, as you can tell by the way I'm talking about a demo, a beta that I've already played. Played it again. Oh, one thing, I played it as a Titan this time, and I'm definitely going as a Titan as my first character now. That fucking special with the shield, that is fucking awesome. So good. Yeah, and his like, how they've got like a new third ability now, because there was like a cooldown on grenade, cooldown on melee, and now there's like the third one, which is, I don't know what they call it, something. But yeah, this is like on the Titan you can put up like a little barrier to hide behind as well, which is even cooler.
Okay, what's like, I suppose the what was the enemy called in the first game where they had the sort of
the Cabal
shield
or
in
whatever
front
it
of
is.
them? No,
yeah,
the robot-y one.
The Vex or whatever it is, or the big.
They're big.
Thing.
Yeah,
like, the Minotaur or whatever it was. The Minotaur.
Yeah, that had something like that, and then there was
the eyeball thing.
Yeah,
like that. Whatever the fuck that is. Yeah,
I mean, because they were the first. I suppose the first dev to really master the whole bubble shield thing with Halo as well. So they've always done those like energy walls really well.
They really have. They really have. It's fucking awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, mate. That next week, it's fucking. I'm in. I'm in it to win.
Go time. Sky the light.
Unfortunately, I'll be playing it at 30 frames per second, buddy, which is sad. But it also feels really nice on the keyboard and mouse, because I was like, I've got to try it out on it. Headshots felt really easy to get.
I've heard that about them, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a very good game. I'm very excited. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Hopefully, gonna get the Funk involved as well. He seems pretty excited about it now, which is good.
Yeah. We can go in as a trio.
Yeah, man.
Really good. Get on quite a lot.
I think I might even enjoy a lot of the Crucible this time as well. I think this game is just going to have a lot to it with like the lost sectors. I've been listening a lot about the thingy activities, whatever they are. Like the quests, the mini quests and stuff like that. They sound like you're going to be hearing a lot more like lore and story behind it all and things like that. Which is, they're all voice acted now, which is something. compared
you know
to the
I'm gonna
previous.
like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, buddy, I'm very, very much looking forward to this game. And I don't know, I've spoken about Destiny before, how I got into it, but then like I was never a hardcore serious fan. But yeah, in a year where I don't think, I mean, so far we've had some decent games, but the rest of the year is not looking too great, as we mentioned last week. This is something that I'm putting a lot of my eggs into, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just really refreshing to hear someone really excited about a game that's coming out, to be honest. Like, genuinely really excited. Probably the closest I've got to that this year was Horizon, I'd imagine.
That was a very, very, very good game, though.
It's a fantastic game. But yeah, you are, like, properly mega hyped for this, and that's
man, seriously,
really nice to hear.
Fuck
to be honest. Because why not?
Yeah, totally.
In this world of cynicism and misery, why not?
I mean, there's going to be a million things wrong with it.
I'm sure.
I've obviously got some news to talk about in the news favorite things of this week. A little bit more of excitement coming your way, maybe. Who knows?
I wait with bated breath, buddy.
Yeah. So, also this week, buddy, I've been playing some sort of free-to-play game. You would think that, you know, we have been playing a free-to-play game already, and we've been wanking the shit off of it, because it's been a great game.
Yeah.
It is a great game, Old Orcs Must Die Unchained, but I haven't played that this week. This week, buddy, I've been playing Fishing Planet, which came out yesterday. I mean, it's been out on PC before. It's been out for a long time. I've actually played it on PC for a little bit. But I chucked about 2 hours, maybe longer, into this yesterday. It's free to play on the PS4 at this moment. And, yeah, mate, fishing. It's weird because how we mentioned about Far Cry 5 having that fishing mode.
Yeah, that was last week,
like,
wasn't it?
I'll play anything with the fishing mode. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. I've got to do it now, haven't I? Now that I said that.
Is this a good game?
Describe good game. And try and fit it in with fishing.
Is this a good fishing game in comparison to other fishing games?
I mean, fuck, it has nothing compared to whatever SEGA Bass Fishing or whatever it was back in the day, mate.
That's a worry, isn't it? Because that game's like 20 years old.
Yeah, but that was like super cool and arcadey. This is like way too realistic, and it's.
Is this the one where you can mooch about in third person on the bank?
Yeah. You can.
Right.
Not in third person. Like you can see people, but you're in first person.
Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, mate, I have no fucking clue about what tackle and bait to use, what rod I need to get, or what kind of spool. I think it's a spool that I need. So I kind of went into this going like, all right, yeah, let's do a bit of fishing. And I was getting there with it, you know. I did the basic tutorial, nailed that, and then I was reading some of the little tutorials that would flash up, and I'd be like, okay, right. So I delved a bit deeper. I bought a new rod, new reel. Maybe I bought I think it was called a sod. I don't know. It's probably not that. It began with S anyway. It's the thing that sinks to the bottom, and you jiggle it about, and then you get some big bass. Or semi-big bass, and I kept catching these. And that's when the game actually got a bit interesting and frustrating, because, you know, when you hook a fish, you want the majority of time to catch that fish. Really, I
preferably that's the aim, isn't it?
Exactly, but obviously my lack of fishing abilities kind of let me down. Where, you know, there's like the tension of the string. What's it? What's it called?
Line.
The line. Yeah, that'll do. Cool.
I've got this. Seasoned veteran.
Seasoned veteran here. Fishing pro.
Yep.
Yeah, so the tension of the line, we get to tweet and, snap. And this happened about 4 times in a row, and then I was like, fuck this. But yeah, you get some money and stuff. You can spend it in the shop and things to start off with. So yeah, fucking Fishing Planet. That's enough of that.
Fair enough. You sent that to my console, which was very, very, very kind of you.
You're welcome.
I may or may not play that, but thanks so much for that, buddy.
Yeah. I reckon we try it as a die. It was nice because I was just sitting there doing fishing, listening to podcasts. I was like, cool. Fucking, I haven't got to think about shit right now.
I feel like isn't that similar to what friend of the podcast Tom does on Black Desert Online?
He does indeed. He loves a good bit of
fishing.
Bit of fishing on there, mate. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Love fishing.
I can't think of many things worse than a free-to-play game with microtransactions where you have to spend out on fishing rod upgrades.
Wow.
But then I'm not big into fishing.
You're not a big fisher fan.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
yeah. That's what's the problem there.
I'd say that's definitely the problem. So yeah, buddy, that's pretty much me this week. Apart from some of the games that obviously we've played together because we had a couple of new purchases last week.
Oh yeah,
which was nice. But we'll get onto that in a bit.
Yeah.
So go on then, buddy. What have you been up to this week?
Right, Knack 2 demo.
How's that?
I've been playing the Knack 2 demo. While I was playing the Knack 2 demo, I got a message from Mel Gibson's Soul.
Yeah.
Who said, "Time to pre-order?"
Did you reply Gibbons?
No, I said... I think I said utterly dreadful it was the reply.
Oh, no way. Bullshit.
So yeah, no, the Knack 2 demo, firstly, it appears to just be like the tutorial level, except it doesn't tell you what to do, which is interesting as a design decision.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what you want in a game.
The game fires up, there's a terrible cutscene, and then it just sits you there. I don't know if you were supposed to play Knack 1.
Mandatory.
But obviously I fucking didn't. If they'd send it out on PS Plus, then perhaps.
Not this month though.
It's
spoiler.
Yeah, we have got some news on that. We will get to that. Absolutely, buddy. Yeah. This is shit. This game's shit. It's just a punchy game. The character Knack is insufferable and unlikable. I've no affinity to him whatsoever, mainly because he's just made out of bits of shit I don't really understand. He can go small or big, but it doesn't seem to really matter. All of the enemies look like Duplo gentlemen, and their AI is utterly fucking dreadful as well. It's just wank. This game's just wank, and it might seem like I'm judging it rather harshly.
Yeah, maybe.
But you put a demo out, I'm gonna judge it. You know,
obviously.
This game, you know, you could do whatever you wanted here. This isn't too far from release now, but no, the demo is literally like 5 minutes long. It's a tutorial level where you just run through like 3 corridors, meeting enemies and killing them. The voice acting in it's shit. The animation's shit. The graphics look dated and shit. And the combat sort of model seems quite shit as well. Fucking absolutely finally puts Knack to bed at last. This is all it took. Just a little demo of Knack 2, which presumably is superior to the first game. Just rubbish.
Great.
So give it a go, buddies. That's Knack 2 there. I've also been playing the PES demo, buddy, the new PES demo. Of course, there was the open beta before where they were testing out the online stuff. The jury's out on whether we think that'll actually work from launch for once. I suspect not, despite the beta, but we'll see on that one. Either way, they've now released this demo of presumably the finished product, I guess. And yeah, obviously I've played a load of this already online, but it's nice to see how the AI's kind of progressed, I guess, because obviously I'm used to playing Master League on the last game and very sort of kind of in tune with how the computer plays. And yeah, up on the higher difficulties, it's kind of surprised me a few times actually. So that's a good challenge. Either way, it's an incremental iteration. Funk will have something to say about this later on, but basically it's a slightly more refined, slower version of last year's game, which is fine for me. But maybe if you're not a big fan, you won't want to fork out on a full price release that is only an incremental upgrade when the last game's perfectly fine.
Yeah, there is that.
I presume you'll give this a go this week as well.
Yeah, I'll try and get on and give it a few games. Might as well.
Yeah, man, it's great. I really like it, but yeah, it's not a massive, broad step forward.
Yeah,
it's
that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, they rarely are.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that FIFA demo now. Who knows? Maybe it'll win us over and we switch this year. I don't know, but I don't really care either way because PES is excellent, and I'll be happy to buy it if FIFA's toilet, which it probably will be. So there we go. Also this week, buddy, I've been back on old 360 Town, and I've been playing F1 Race Stars.
How is that?
That is a flawed gem of a game, buddy. It's a cool game. It's basically Codemasters' Formula 1 Mario Kart, and I may well have spoken about it on the podcast like 2 years ago.
I believe so.
I believe I was playing it on the 360, roughly around the time that we got them. I'm not quite sure. It might have been just before the podcast began, actually. But anyway, it's a cool game. It's got some big problems. Plus points. It's really, really nice art style, like cartoony loveliness. They've recreated the drivers from that season and their cars, and it all looks glorious. It runs really nice. It runs 60 in split screen, which is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like on a 360. It's really fun and enjoyable. The power-ups are excellent, but there are big problems with it. One of them is that the rubber banding is extreme. One of them is the AI seems to cheat. I've actually caught it sort of teleport when it shouldn't have before to keep things interesting, which is a bit of a concern because that's literally cheating. It's not really fair. The biggest problem with it is when you get hit, then your car becomes fucked up and you need to pit, basically. Which is fine, but it's any hit. You take any hit, and it basically drops you down to sort of 60% speed. Like, it's a really oppressively extreme penalty for taking a hit from any power-up. Bearing in mind, you're collecting 10 power-ups a lap, You will get hit and you will have to pit, and that just kind of feels a bit shitty to me. I mean, you can kind of guard against it in the sort of Mario Kart way where you can have those green shells and you can fire them back if the red marker comes up and stuff. You can kind of do that with bubbles in this. But at the end of the day, it penalises you too harshly for taking a hit here. So that kind of makes it a bit disjointed and means that you can never really put a nice lap in without having to think about fucking pitting. And because of this, there's like 3 pit lanes per lap. So it's just really broken up, and it kind of wrecks it a little bit because the track design's actually really nice. So yeah, there's that.
Nice,
but it's an awesome game. You can pick it up for, I think it was £3. I don't know if there's another one of those 360 free weekends, buddy. You should pick that up. We should give it a go. It's really fun.
Maybe.
I'll take that as a no. Finally, this week, I won't dwell on it, but I've been playing the Show 17 some more. My road to the show, I've got my dude up to like an 87 now, and I am completely obsessed with the hitting mechanics on this game. I just can't get enough. I just keep playing game after game after game. I can't put it down because it's so nuanced and refined and hard and punishing. But when you get it right, it's incredibly satisfying. I can't stop. It's so good, man. Like, the zonal way that you hit the ball, like where you've got to kind of move the zone down to where the ball's going to be.
Yeah.
And then coupled with the timing, I just think there's such depth there. And the more I play it, the more I realise how good that is, because I must have played 25 hours of this game and I haven't even come close to mastering it at all. Not even a little bit. But for some reason, there's something there that's stopping that from being an appalling mess. That's making me want to play it more and more and more. So there we go.
Nice.
So there you go, buddy. I had a lot to say, apparently. We'll move on, though. We've both been playing Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Please take it away so that I can rest my voice and have a couple of sips of beer.
It's a good game.
Cheers, then.
Yeah, it's more Uncharted, mate. What more do you fucking want? I am about 5.5 hours in on this game. I've had a nice cheeky plot twist in the story, which is very welcome. I love the stories in Uncharted. I think they are fantastic. They're so well done for video game standards. I must emphasize that.
Yeah.
I think they do it so well. The characters they've created in that, like, it's turning out to be some kind of universal, whatever you want to fucking call it, kind of thing now. Where it looks like they're branching off into different areas now, which is very cool. Both characters are kind of likable, I guess, in their own way. Like, it's that classic, they're in it for the money to start off with, then they become friends, but what happens next? You don't know, obviously, because you haven't played the game, whereas I have. I know what happens next. And it's pretty good.
Agreed.
So, I mean, obviously, all the issues with Uncharted games are still there. This seems to be have a lot more emphasis on the stealth aspect so far from what I've played. I haven't really had any major gunfights, or say if I do spook a guard or something, and then alert all their friends, the classic, I want two of you to go. Yeah, they're like, I just end up just restarting or going back to a previous save point kind of thing, because I'm just enjoying the stealth of this game. It's cool. I can't remember if there was a silenced pistol in Uncharted 4 or not, but there is in this, and if there wasn't in the previous one, this is a great welcome, because it means that I can pick a few people off, which is cool.
I was going to say that's one of the things that I wanted to say, actually, was that Uncharted 4 had really good stealth in it, and this does as well. Genuinely, this is excellent stealth.
Yeah,
like
really,
real
really
sort
good.
of Splinter Cell shit, and the way that you can kind of roll between cover. I really like how if you sort of throw yourself off an edge when you're about to get spotted, you sort of cartwheel down or spin round and grab it. It's really smooth, but yeah, it's really satisfying stealth, isn't it? It's not to be underestimated for a game that is kind of not mocked, but certainly not considered to be the peak of any of its mechanics, really, overall.
I think so. Where was I going to go next? Oh, the open world kind of area thing. I mean, when you talk about Uncharted, you think corridors and straight lines, whereas this feels nice and open, even to the point where the corridor aspects of this game are quite open, because there's multiple routes you can take, which I found myself I kind of felt this a bit in Uncharted 4, but it seems like they've pushed forward a lot more in this game with this, where for instance, say if you've watched the trailer for The Lost Legacy, there's a bit where she goes through the red door into the room or into the building, and she needs to get up the stairs by either stealth or taking out guards. So you have to do this bit, and throughout that part, there is I think there's about 2 or 3 different ways you can do it. And yeah, I've found myself just walking about and finding all the different ways of going up to the rooftop. And I think that's cool that this type of game is giving you at least some choice of what you want to do. It's very, very good.
Definitely. And also bringing in side missions, finally.
Yes, definitely.
Which I'm really enjoying doing that as well. It just feels like it's got that sort of Tomb Raider feel to it, actually. I know that's a little bit to say, but third person. But the whole the latest Tomb Raider, where it tries to sort of play off those old tombs and stuff, this is kind of a more simplistic kind of way of doing it. But yeah, welcome addition, really nice.
Yeah. So during like you say, the side missions and stuff like that, I kind of stumbled across a few of them, and then I don't know really how much we can talk about that. What do you reckon?
not really, to be honest,
because that was one of the exciting points for that game, for this game for me. I don't. How far have you finished it yet? Because that's what we said we were going to finish it for this week, but I postponed that for obviously Fishing Planet.
Yeah, no, I haven't finished it, but I would imagine I'm halfway. I suspect. I've probably played it for maybe 3.5, 4 hours, something like that. So I would imagine I'm about halfway through. Those towers, like all but one of them, I've done. So
Cool.
I'm really enjoying it. A tiny little bit of me wishes that it was slightly more different. And I guess that's a bit odd of me to say, but I mean, obviously, originally this was going to be DLC. To me, it feels like DLC. It doesn't feel like a standalone release.
I thought it was called standalone DLC. I thought that's what it was called.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I just think if you're releasing something standalone, even if it's in the Uncharted universe using the Uncharted 4 engine, I kind of hoped that there would be a little bit more to differentiate the two. But going into that sort of Indian jungle environment to towers, like you might as well be playing like hour 4, 5, and 6 of Uncharted 4.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that.
I really like the characterization. I really like what they've done with the story, and I think that it all works really, really well. There's a tiny little bit of me that kind of craves something a bit different.
I think that because that part of Uncharted was one of my favorite bits, I'm happy to do more of that.
Sure, yeah.
I think if they carried on with just doing that, I think that would get stale very quickly.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
But for me, so far, thoroughly enjoying this game, really, really getting stuck into it, and yeah, I'll have this finished for next week easily.
Yeah, no problem with me either. The only reason I haven't is because I'm playing through with the missus, so I've got to kind of wait for it to be about as well.
Bitch.
I know, right? Unbelievable. Total liberty. But yes, I'm sure we'll have made it through by this time next week. And we'll be able to talk no more about it because we won't want to spoil it. So there we go. But either way, it's a great game. If you liked Uncharted, then obviously buy this. If you didn't, then definitely don't. 100%. So also this week, buddy, we bought something else, and that something else was F1 2017, which we played the absolute balls off of.
We played
on game night
of this on game night, and the best thing in this version is the fact that they have included short circuits of a few of these tracks.
Yeah,
it is fucking awesome.
It's really good. It's really good. They've got sort of 3 or 4, maybe, is it 4 or 5? I can't remember. I think it's 4, like actually. Short versions of the circuits. It sounds stupid. Like, if you're not a big F1 fan, then you're thinking, well, brilliant. They've got some slightly different configurations of the same tracks. But it makes a massive difference because we're so used to both playing and watching those circuits. And having that bit of variety coupled with the classic cars that they've included this time round, really spices things up nicely. It's a really pleasant addition to it. In terms of the mechanics, this is just a very, very refined version of last year's game. The graphics are nicer. The screen tearing is diminished.
I'm not sure about that.
I've not seen it. I don't think it's been as bad, but then there are a few, mainly the street circuits, where it's at its worst. And I haven't maybe played enough of those to really see it in action. But I thought that the screen tearing was less than last time round. But maybe I was drunk, buddy. It could have happened. I was experiencing some areas where it really did just go, and I'm just like, that shouldn't happen. I was getting some nasty skybox stuff where it was kind of almost gyrating the sky a little bit where it was tearing, but I didn't see the big sort of straight down the fucking screen stuff that I saw on...
No, it was kind of, I don't know, it was definitely in that like top half of the screen, but yeah, when it happened I was like, ugh. But I guess that might be, kind of a compliment to the rest of the time, because it looks for me anyway. It looks a hell of a lot better.
It's nice.
The previous one, yeah.
I think the best thing about this is the sport itself and the way that it's evolved. I've been saying to people have been asking me about this game this week, and I've been saying Formula 1 is a much better video game than it is an actual sport. And that couldn't be more true this year because of the changes they've made in the sport, where the cars are slightly faster, but also the tyres are like 40% wider, which means that there's far more grip and downforce, and you can really fly around these classic circuits in ways that you've just never seen in the whole sort of 50 years of the sport's existence. It's an absolute pleasure driving around on this game. The sense of speed is brilliant. The way that you can fly around some of the sweeping corners of Spa or Silverstone, it's fucking great. The worth noting as well, the probably shouldn't be a massive perk, but we'll say anyway, the multiplayer straight out the gate works perfectly. The AI seems better this year, if you ask me. I think there's far less of them kind of just falling into the side of your car and stuff. They're very aggressive, but I think they kind of... I felt like we weren't getting caned by the AI quite so often as we were in the last game, but there's no latency between our vehicles. Like it was
no, it didn't feel
pinpoint.
like it. Yeah, it felt good. One thing I would say, if you, dear listener, are a avid racing fan or just enjoy to dabble a bit into racing games, I would highly recommend picking up a steering wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I would enjoy this game half as much if I was playing it on a controller. And it was pretty much when you said like the sweeping bends, I was thinking like, yeah, that motion of just like holding the wheel at like a certain angle and being able to grip it with like with the throttle or whatever, like accelerating around it. It's something else compared to just using a controller and flick, like, you know, the continuous to flick left and right or whatever to dab it and adjust. It's just, yeah, man, seriously, steering wheels, they're amazing. And I can't remember how much did we get your one for.
I think mine was a ton, I think.
Yeah.
But you could pick up maybe a T80 for sort of £65-70, and that's really not very much more than it is to buy a PS4 controller, if I'm honest.
Exactly, yeah, that's the thing.
It is a transformative process using that thing. It makes you never want to race on a controller again.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so satisfying, as you say. Like, you can feel the grip through the feedback. The feedback again is another thing that's much improved on this version of Formula 1. It's just so fun. I just find it so fun driving around when we've all got our wheels out and we're driving around in these like ridiculous cars around circuits that we know and love. It really is one of the most enjoyable gaming moments for me. I just relish it every week.
Gibbons, buddy. It's a beautiful game. I'm sure we'll talk about it some more. But
we will.
For now, have you played any of the single player or anything yet, or not really?
I haven't, and I'm not sure I will, to be honest. The career mode, as great as it is, I really just like racing round. I haven't really got time to pump the hundreds of hours into going through 3 different practice sessions and 3 different qualifying.
I haven't got time to do. Well, I mean, I probably could find time, but I'm gonna be busy playing Destiny 2, buddy.
Gibbons. What I will probably end up doing, and what I did on last year's game, was if you just go to Grand Prix mode, you can add as many races as you want. And what I did last year was just add all of the races, but have one-shot qualifying, no practices.
Yeah, makes sense.
25% races, and I just slowly worked my way through the season like that. You can save it at any point.
I missed that co-op career, man. Seriously.
Yeah, no, that was something.
That was a great thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that anymore. I think you can. I think you can do that.
Maybe if we can. Just saying.
Yeah. Hashtag. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure when you go into online options, there's a third option for a championship, and then you can you can have as many people as you want in there. Like, we could do that on a game night. We could save.
Yeah, we could do a whole career kind of thing, I guess.
I don't know what options are in there. We'll have to investigate.
Cool. So, F1 2017. Enjoyable so far.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Finally, and briefly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Have you played this?
No.
Okay.
I forgot.
The COD beta.
By the time I think you played it on Friday night, I was too tired. I went to bed.
Yeah, I've played it in 3 separate sessions at about a half hour a pop. 2 of them I was quite drunk. But there was a way of getting on the Call of Duty World War II beta.
Still is. Because it's available this weekend.
Yeah.
Now.
It'll
last weekend when this comes out.
It'll be gone. But no, we found out shortly after last week's podcast that if you signed up for a Hong Kong PlayStation account,
which we already had,
because we're G's, you can nip onto the Hong Kong store and download this beta for free. Yeah, that's exactly what we did last Thursday, and I've been playing it ever since. It was live all over the weekend. It seemed to be live on Monday as well.
Weird.
Not sure why. And it'll be live again this weekend, but obviously just gone for when the podcast comes out.
So how was it, buddy?
It's the same game.
Okay, but with a new skin.
Yes.
And no wall running or jetpacks?
No wall running or jetpacks. The funniest thing that I can say about Call of Duty World War II is when you're playing it online against people who are clearly big COD fans, you're running around, and every time you bump into anyone, they do a little jump. Because they're used to taking off, being a genuine cunt, wall running about, and just dip, duck, dive, and dodge fucking bullshit.
Has it got the knee slide and stuff on there still?
No. So you literally, you just come around a corner and there's a dude there, he does a little jump and then shoots you in the face. And it just looks stupid. Because they jump really low. So it's literally just going boop. And then, but yeah, no,
that's what they did in World War II, though. That was
they did. They were trained.
Yeah.
They used to put them in wind tunnels, buddy, and just like empty sacks of rats at them. And they just had to sort of go boop, boop.
Just keep jumping them, making that sound as well.
This game is exactly the same as the other games, as far as I can tell. It looks the same, it plays the same, it feels the same. It might as well be the same game, minus the futuristic mechanics. It's the same. It's exactly the same as like Black Ops 3.
Same as it ever was.
Yep. So there you go.
That's what we thought it would be.
Indeed, buddy, and that will do.
That will do.
And now it's time for the news.
Fucking news.
No, it's the news, mate. Number one.
Number Wang.
KFC launches baffling VR training program. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
I'm looking at it right now.
Go on then.
What am I watching right now?
It's a VR game released by KFC.
They're
calling it a training program, and there have been reports that they have actually made new employees play this game in certain stores across America. Fine. It's just a weird, tongue-in-cheek, quirky video where you basically... it reminded me of what was that? Job Simulator. Job Simulator.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that. It's quite funny. It's quite weird. I don't know why it exists, but it does, buddy.
There you go, mate. VR chicken preparation.
VR chicken car.
I love it.
Bit of chicken car. That's it. The news is going to be very brief for me this week, by the way, because there isn't much of it.
That's fine.
At this moment in time. Number 2, you'll like this, buddy. I've got good news for you.
Good news.
Crash fucking Bandicoot is finally dislodged from the top of the UK charts.
Yeah, fuck that game.
There's a new entry at number 1, buddy, and it is Uncharted Lost Legacy. F1 in at number 2.
Oh, we got those two.
Crash drops to number 3.
Still third, though.
Uncharted is the 6th PS4 exclusive to top the charts in 2017, along with Horizon, Crash Bandicoot, Persona 5, Wipeout Omega Collection, and Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age.
Oh yeah, Persona 5 did go top straight away, didn't it? And then it disappeared because there was like no supplies or something, I remember.
Yeah, there were some problems there. But yeah, if you look at the top rated PS4 games for the year on Metacritic, which obviously isn't, definitive.
Yeah.
Then number 1 is Undertale with like 94.
Yeah.
And then number 2 is Persona 5. Second highest rated game of the year, according to
there you go.
A collated version of all the reviews of the different games.
Nice.
But yeah, Uncharted goes in there. Probably the price has got a little bit to do with it. Certainly the marketing. Take note, Lawbreakers. When I saw that in the cinema, in glorious fucking 4K, as Chloe and Nadine are like flying through the jungle, it made me want to buy that game, buddy. And
we did.
I suspect I wasn't alone, and apparently I wasn't alone. So there we go. But yeah, just nice to not have a stagnant chart.
That song is, you are not alone. But
Michael Jackson there. Madeline.
Lanolin.
Yeah,
Michael.
Next on my list, buddy, a CEX. It's all very British news this week. A CEX has been hacked. If you have a CEX account,
Computer Exchange.
Yes.
Is that what it stands for? I don't know.
It is Computer Exchange. If you have a Computer Exchange account in the UK, change your fucking password because they've been hacked. They say it affected about 2 million of their customers,
which is nice,
which is a lot of customers.
Handy.
For our small islands. They sent an update out to all customers via email to tell them about it, and Eurogamer reported on it earlier today saying the compromised data included personal information such as first name, surname, address, email address, and phone number, and in a small number of instances, encrypted data from expired credit and debit cards.
Why don't they delete that?
CEX stressed that it did not have any current card data stored for customers' accounts as it ceased storing customer card details in 2009.
Still, why didn't it delete that?
I don't know, but I suspect you're probably all right there in terms of, obviously, people won't be able to access your account, but certainly having expired credit card information, it doesn't do any harm if you were, say, trying to steal someone's fucking identity or something. So, yeah, worth noting and probably change your details.
Luckily, I don't have any identity, buddy.
Yeah, no, I've got no identity at all. An absolute
I'm just a number.
Open book, mate. Just a
number.
Just a number, and that number is...
Number Wang. Twang.
Twang.
Wow. Okay.
Twang.
Number Twang.
I haven't got a CX account, have you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I mean,
what would it be for?
I can't remember the last time I actually bought something from CEX.
I think if you trade in there, then you have to give them some details. But certainly not card information.
Yeah, give them your expired credit card info.
Yeah, they like that. They keep that. Keep it safe. Excellent. Fine. Last one from me, buddy. Last one from me.
Engage.
Go on,
do it.
Not used to having an actual genuine hit since about 1995, buddy. Sega has done its best to fuck up Sonic Mania on PC.
They've done a good job.
Absolutely. The game includes Denuvo, which is a form of DRM similar to like malware, basically, which required checking into a server each time the game was launched.
Brilliant.
Which basically made it completely unplayable offline. There's nothing on the Steam page to suggest that there'd be any DRM in the game whatsoever. Like, no mention of always online required. Steam users, like, absolutely, as they are brilliant at doing, buddy, losing their shit these last week or so. Mass downvoting of the game, terrible reviews. Sega released this weird statement saying the fact that DRM wasn't mentioned on the Steam page was a mistake and that the game should be playable offline and they're working to fix it. And then it was announced earlier today that they'd actually put an update out.
Yeah, they've patched it out now, haven't they?
Well, it's still got the DRM in there, but you can play it offline now.
Dumb fucks.
It's very weird, like completely unnecessary as well. Like when they're kind of at the peak of the goodwill that they probably have received for the last like 15 years, and yeah, it's always something with Sega, isn't it? So I don't know, man. I mean, you can't even make excuses for them. Like their biggest franchises are PC games, like Football Manager and like Total War, both published by Sega. Like,
I was going to say maybe Football Manager might be even more popular on like phones or like tablets now.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Either way, like they've been publishing titles for some time now, ever since they fucked up their consoles. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. No. It's bizarre to do it on a game with like quite a low price point that is like an homage, a game that they didn't really make as well. The fans kind of made for them because they couldn't do it themselves. I'm sticking the boot in now.
Oh, well, fuck
I really love this game, by the way. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but they fucked it real good.
Yeah, I'm sure those extra frames on PC, buddy, that's the place to play Sonic Mania, I'm sure. Certainly over that Switch version.
Yeah, well.
Either way,
yeah,
they kind of half fucked it. They've sort of tried to remedy the situation, but whatever, mate. There you go. So yeah, DRM, like it's 2009. Good stuff. Well played.
Love it.
So that's my news, buddy. I think it's time to hand over to you for my favourite section, and presumably the listeners as well, because it's just a glorious fucking beacon to us all, buddy. And that is Ash's News favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News favourite thing of the week.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, a few things this week. We're going to have a dedicated Destiny section at the end,
Oh!
as is tradition from now on.
Okay.
Probably
Have you got
not.
a jingle?
No more jingles. Never again. I give up on the jingles.
Okay.
If you want a jingle, fucking send me one in. I'll put it in. Someone can make one for me. Fuck it.
That's a enticing offer for anyone, I'd imagine.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll do that, buddy.
Not you. Twat.
Schoolboy.
FIFA Street apparently leaks as a secret mode in FIFA 18.
Oh.
I don't know what kind of FIFA Street it is. It, like the headline says, but it may not be what you think. So, yeah, there's like a little video of fucking someone capturing. It looks like some sort of five-a-side or something on. I think it was at Gamescom or something like that. Yeah. So fuck knows what it is. But funnily enough, what was it? Peter Crouch chimed in with the rumor, joking on Twitter, saying that he's available to promote the game as he did for the PS3 and Xbox 360.
You see the little picture of him on the old FIFA Street game? Yeah,
man.
Fucking hell. He's funny. He's worth following.
He is funny.
And they asked, oh man, so good, really good.
Microsoft silently stopped selling original Xbox Ones. The big fuck off ones. They don't sell them no mores. They don't make them no mores. They
just didn't even announce it. They were just like, nah, we got this new one, so
fuck that old one. Who needs that?
I suppose that's sensible.
I mean, it makes sense. Who's going to buy that ugly fucking thing? Well, I'd buy it for like £100 maybe.
Yeah.
But no. Lawbreakers, buddy.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Peak concurrent player count drops below 500.
Oh, shit.
On Steam.
Worldwide.
Yeah. That is not a lot of players.
Should we get this?
No, because it's going to get so cheap or free very soon.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
so no, we did not get this game. We wait.
I kind of feel really sorry for them.
I do as well.
It was really good.
I really enjoyed playing the beta. It was a good game. I was like, yeah, this works for me. It's pretty cool. Like different ideas, cheap price point. Coming out in the well, we've spoken countless times on why it should have been good and how it should have taken off, but fuck knows, buddy. It just obviously didn't grasp people's attention enough, I guess. I guess Overwatch is still fucking massive, though, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on this. I thought it was cool. I really did. There's 2 games on the store that I kind of am interested in picking up at the moment. One of them was Lawbreakers. Obviously, as you say, we'll wait for it to go down. The other one's that's Hellblade. I really like the look of that. That's Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, it's like a big old story.
Yeah, it looks cool. We'll keep an eye on both of them. There's sales on the horizon, of course, so...
Indeed.
Gibbon.
Bethesda, Game of Thrones, apparently. Thoughts?
I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do that over...
Skyrim Online? Or Tamriel Unlimited Online. Thanks for the 20 gig update this week, by the way.
Oh, and a tweet from JJ this week, buddy, saying, time to get the band back together.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, beautiful stuff. No, fuck it isn't, JJ.
I'm in.
Yeah, no.
I'll get it on PC. We'll do it on PC, JJ.
Talk about pissing in the wind the week before Destiny 2 comes out. Like, hey, guys. Yeah, 20 gig update.
Standard.
Honestly.
That's a small one. What are you on about?
Yeah, you're right. Normally it's about 45 when they make slight fucking balancing tweaks.
So yeah, fucking Game of Thrones, whatever. I don't know. Apparently got leaked on Target or something.
I think it'd be a weird thing for them to do when they've got
odd. But
the whole
even
Elder Scrolls
weirder,
universe.
What's it? Is it Obsidian? The people that made South Park: The Stick of Truth? I think it's Obsidian. They turned down a Game of Thrones game back in like 2009 or something, I think it was. Or when it was.
Yeah, I mean, that's not so weird, because they did make...
No, it's not so weird, but
they made Pillars of Eternity, didn't they? So
yeah.
They've got kind of...
I was like...
that lore, but yeah.
I thought, I mean, making like a cartoon South Park version of Game of Thrones would be quite funny.
That would be funny. Yeah. I guess Game of Thrones, it must be... I mean, how do you stamp your identity on that as a developer? Like,
exactly.
Such a fully realised thing.
You've got to go with what's there. You can't really take it in any other direction, I guess, unless you do like offshoots. But then, like, I mean, I guess, I haven't played it, but we've got it. It was one of the PS Plus games. Was the Game of Thrones fucking Telltale game? I mean, I dread to think what that game's like.
Yeah, I mean, it got reasonably good reviews.
I mean, those people that reviewed it must be fucking retarded then.
He's calling it now.
I mean, Telltale games are just the worst. They should just die.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first.
There you go. Right, Destiny 2, buddy. A couple of bits, 3 bits, 3 Treo bits. Trez, number 3. Download size, there you go. PS4 is going to be 30.87 gigs. Xbox One is going to be 29.15 gigs, because the Xbox One's that little bit shitter than the PS4.
The knives are out tonight with old JfG Ash. Carry on, buddy. I'm really enjoying your musk this evening. Go on. Who else do you want to fuck off at this point?
No, this isn't actually. This is a nice one, actually. This isn't to fuck anyone else off. Obviously, people know about Hurricane Harvey that's been kicking about over in, was it Houston? Is it Houston?
It's been in Texas. It's moving across the country now. Yeah, tremendous amount of damage. Unbelievable.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, Destiny, Bungie have put out this thing like where you can donate $15 towards that
whole relief fund and everything.
Yeah, and in return you will get a lovely little what's the fucking thing called? Like a banner or whatever it is. You know,
like the emblem on...
Yeah, the emblems. Yeah, you get an emblem, you get a little banner with your name on it and stuff like that in-game. So I thought that was quite nice.
Which is nice for them to try and do anything at all, really.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just... Yeah, man. But, I mean, yeah. So, no, I'm not dicking on anyone.
No.
Unfortunately.
It's been genuinely harrowing seeing some of those images and... yeah, no, just really nice that they're trying to do anything at all, to be honest.
And finally, buddy, this is some fantastic news for us, because people like us that played The Taken King and experienced light levels within the original Destiny.
Yes.
And the annoyance of having to put on your best gear before you started going to the cryptard and doing your engramming.
Yep.
So in that case, you would have to put on your best gear so you'd have the highest light level, and then go nuts unloading all of your fucking what are they called? Fucking whatever. The engrams? Is it engrams?
That's right, yeah. The higher
engrams.
Your light level, the better chance you had of getting good shit when you decrypted them, so you had to just switch your fucking clothes to do that.
You don't have to do that anymore in Destiny 2. Good news, buddy.
Indeed.
Fuck me. So yeah, it automatically like works out what your highest light level would be, and fucking jackpot. That game, mate. I don't know if I've spoken about it before. But
I've heard you quite keen on the thing.
Looks pretty good. I don't think I'm going to be let down either. I'm fucking ultra super pumped.
Ultra super pumped.
So I'm just literally quickly going through the latest things on my thing. But no, there doesn't look like there's anything else worth me talking about right now. So there you go, buddy. That is my news favourite things for this week.
Well, thank you very much, buddy. That's your news. And of course, before that, that was my news. And that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week. Woo!
Sure
this
is,
week,
buddy. We've been topping up our credit. We want some fucking games, son.
Some games, mate. Fucking give me the games. I mean, I've already bought a game. I mean, I bought this game many fucking months ago. So it's already pre-purchased, mate.
That was a good move on our part.
Tempted to cancel it and get the season pass.
Yeah, good idea. So this week, buddy, we've got one of those annoying split months where the Tuesday falls sort of a week later. So Xbox kind of... that was terribly explained. Basically, fucking stupid Sony haven't told us the PS Plus titles yet, but there has been a rumour, which I will mention shortly, and sounds very, very likely. Sounds like someone's dropped a bollock at Facebook. But firstly, the confirmed games for games for gold, buddy, on the old Xbox One, One X, 360. We'll get to that as well. Games for gold, buddy, Oxenfree and Forza 5 for the Xbox One. What do you make of that odd combination?
I mean, Oxenfree is a great game. Really enjoyed that. Obviously, I haven't played... Well, actually, did we play Forza 5? Was that the launch Forza that we played at whatever it was?
Played it
before?
at Games Eurogamer.
Yeah, there we go. We fucking played that as well, mate. Yeah, that was fine. From what I remember 4 years ago.
Bit weird, isn't it?
Weirder than what? I mean, they're two reasonably good games, I guess.
I just think it's a little bit strange giving 5. I don't know, maybe they're trying to get people into Forza before October when Forza 7 comes out.
That's not a bad shout. Yeah, give them something free and be like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. I'll buy the new one.
Obviously 6 is less than a year old, so obviously you probably don't want to give that out.
Yeah, not going to give that out, are you?
Maybe it's a good move then, fair play. Oxenfree, of course, a cool little indie title that
man.
we played through and really enjoyed. So yeah, you'll like that as well. Xbox One that's going for that. Hydro Thunder, Hurricane, and Battlefield 3 are your 360 titles, and of course they'll be playable on Xbox One and Xbox One X when that is launched, buddies. So
fucking whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Absolutely. You've just copied this in there. Is this breaking news?
It's being confirmed now. So there's different PS Plus for the EU and the USA, I believe, this month. We are both getting Infamous Second Son on the PS4.
Okay.
In the UK or EU, we are getting Child of Light on the PS4, whereas the US are getting Strike Vector EX, buddy.
Okay.
I can't remember the rest of the EU games, but I've just pasted the USA games that are coming on there, and I will furiously Google for the EU ones right now to see if it has finally been confirmed.
Strike Vector X.
No idea, mate.
Oh, that's that space flight sim thing. Okay. Child of Light, I'm up for playing through that, certainly. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's a game that I've always been tempted to buy. But never actually purchased it. I mean, it's been in the sale quite a few times. There we go. So this looks like the rest of the games are the same. We're getting all the rest the same from what I found. Apart from one thing I'll talk about at the end, which is weird. So yeah, we're getting That's You is still free. I don't know if that's going to be a continuous thing.
Peddling that shit all the time.
Yeah, seriously. So on the PS3 is Truck Racer,
which we have played.
We have played, and what a game!
What a terrible fucking game.
For a treat, yeah.
We played that on PS Now?
PS Now, we did, buddy.
Yeah.
We did. We managed to getting a online game together as well, which was great. Also on the PS3, Handball 2016.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I'm seriously, like, I saw the title Handball 2016 and I was like, shit, it's coming out on PS4. Oh my god, we've got it. We finally got it. The amount of times we've joked about getting this game and we're going to be able to play it. But no, buddy, we're not going to be able to play Handball 2016.
Some bullshit.
Because we don't have PS3s. On the PS Vita and also PS4, We Are Doomed, and also the PS4 and PS Vita is Hatterful Boyfriend, which is that weird fucking thing.
Pigeon dating simulator.
Indeed.
That's genuinely what it is. That sounded like a selection of words I just fucking cunted together, but no, buddies. That's what it is.
So, one other thing that's happening this month for PS Plus subscribers, definitely in the US, because I got it off the PlayStation US blog, is that they will have access to Rigs, the VR mech sports game.
Oh, yeah.
That game from the 5th of the month to November the 7th. So it looks like they only have it for a month or something. I don't know.
Big reductions on PSVR in the States as well. So I guess they're sort of trying to push it towards Christmas.
Yeah, like the way this is worded, I don't know if it's free for a month or if it's just for free. It says, here's a bonus for PlayStation VR owners. PS Plus members in, it says US and Canada will also get Rigs Mechanized Combat League as a free bonus game from September 5th through November 7th. So is that saying you get that game or you get that game for that time?
It's very poorly worded. I would guess that you keep it because they don't normally take shit away.
I know, that's what I thought, but maybe this is going to be a thing they do for like VR games.
Possibly.
To like try and get them a bit more momentum behind them or
we'll have
something.
to wait for clarification on that because you're right, it is worded weird. It suggests that you better get it up until 7th, but then they don't really say that.
I can always get it up to the 7th, buddy.
I'm sure, buddy. I'm sure that's the nature of the situation, really.
This is also, I'm just looking on Hot UK Deals because it was announced earlier on there, that also Rigs is also put in for the EU as well. So I'm guessing we're either getting the same deal as them or I don't know. I have no fucking clue because the way that was worded was just fucking clown shoes, mate.
Douchebags. Yeah.
So there you go. This month we are getting Infamous Second Son, Child of Light on the PS4. That's You. I mean, if you haven't already downloaded it. On the PS3, Truck Racer, also on PS3, Handball 2016, and then the Vita and PS4 is We Are Doomed and Hatful Boyfriend. There you go.
Beautiful, buddy. That broke since, this afternoon when I did the notes. So
yes, it did.
Good shit. Thanks for that.
Nice.
So also out this week we have Songbringer on the PC, Xbox One and PS4. This is a Procedurally generated top-down pixel art action adventure, buddy. That's a selection of describing words for you there.
Love it. Well done.
Knack 2. There's a demo on the store, buddies. I don't know if you've heard.
Knack 2. I've heard great things.
Yeah, get stuck in to that turd nugget. Lego Worlds is out on the Switch on the 5th of September as well.
Not a bad game, actually.
Oh, yeah, because
you... Lego Worlds. We've got it.
Mr. Lego, you're all about it. Yeah, okay.
It's all right. Odd, but good.
That's out on Switch. Always good to see stuff coming out on Switch.
Sure.
Monster Hunter Stories comes to the 3DS on the 8th of September in the EU.
No words.
I think that's it, buddy.
I can't think of anything else coming out next week on a Wednesday.
Destiny 2.
Maybe.
Destiny 2's out this week as well, buddy, on PS4 and Xbox One.
It was nice of them, because that was meant to come out on the 8th, I think it was, as well, on the Friday. But yeah, they were like, fuck it, the game's ready. We'll push it forward a couple of days.
Okay, fair enough. That does not happen often.
No, it doesn't. It was just
quite
like,
the opposite.
Well, why not? We'll just move it forward a couple of days.
Absolutely.
Fuck
okay.
it.
Well, fair enough. Either way, yeah. I mean, it's Destiny, isn't it? This time round.
It's going to be so good.
And as we've said, like, it looks good for the next few weeks, and then kind of tails off into normal golden release time. But we'll see how we go.
I think so.
Gibbons. And now it's time for the JfG Top 5.
Just for Gamers Top 5.
So what's the top 5? Top 5 this week, buddy?
Well, we've had a couple of weeks now where we've been having a discussion about the Mega Drive versus the Genesis, i.e. which name was best.
Mega Drive.
I controversially said last week that despite the fact that it was Mega Drive in the UK and I had one, I actually thought I perhaps preferred the Genesis name. I thought it was a bit more refined, a bit cooler, and quite a nice tie-in with what came afterwards, like the Saturn and the Dreamcast, whereas the Mega Drive was very, like, fucking cock rocket, like, in-your-face kind of stuff.
Nice. It
would appear that most of our listeners disagree with me. I know that you much preferred the name Mega Drive, and PJ and Funk have been in touch this week, buddy. PJ says Mega Drive is the best name. Funk says agreed, although most consoles' names are retarded. And I thought that might spawn some sort of top 5 here, buddy.
I think so.
Because he's right, most console names are retarded, but we can certainly find the 5 worst named consoles. I've gone pretty mainstream here. I could have dug out, like, a whole host of fucking stupid 80s devices that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, we could have gone,
like, ColecoVision or Vextrex or fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, we could have done that, but I thought we'd stay a bit more mainstream because you don't really need to look for niche platforms to mock when the mainstream names, like Funk says, are fucking atrocious. So this is the top 5 stupid names for video games consoles, and we will start with number 1, buddy, the Xbox One.
Ah, what a name.
What a stupid fucking name the Xbox One is.
Especially after the predecessor, the Xbox 360.
I know, and then before that, the Xbox.
Xbox 360, Xbox One.
I don't understand it. I really don't get it. I don't know why they did it. I still think it's stupid. I still think it's as stupid today as I did when they first announced it. It annoys the fuck out of me. It's a terrible name for a console that is the third in a collection of consoles.
I mean, but it's the only one, buddy. It's like Neo.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit. It's turned out to be slightly underpowered in comparison to its rival, which made the name look even more fucking ridiculous.
But then there's the iterations of it, like the Xbox One X.
Yeah,
and now the Xbox One X. It's like,
I would have
no.
included that, but I thought there's plenty of other things to go around. But yeah, the Xbox One X is also a terrible name.
Terrible.
I mean,
these are just partitions of the Xbox One, so they're going to be bad anyway.
I mean, the S I can get behind. It's a slimmer version.
Yeah.
There's a naming. It makes vague sense. But yeah, no, to be honest, Xbox One, terrible, terrible fucking name.
Bad.
That's our number one. Number two, buddy, is the Wii. You could have the Wii U.
The Wii U.
I don't know what's worse, really.
Could have the GameCube.
I like the GameCube. It was a cube. It was games. It's fine.
Games, the
Wii, I just think stupid.
It is dumb.
In any English territory, that means going for a piss. I don't care if you're going to try and make it.
It means
sort of...
yes in French, though.
Yeah, I know.
Oui. Multilingual.
Yeah, it's stupid. The Wii U, even stupider. At least with the Wii, they were going for a collection of us. You know,
my nan. She's now dead, unfortunately. But she had a Wii, and she used to call it a YI.
Like a Geordie.
Like a Geordie, and like take the piss out of it. It's a YI.
I like that. Well, it's a better name than the Wii. It's a terrible name for a device. It did brilliantly. It didn't hold it back. As Funk says, most console names are retarded, and people seem completely happy with that. So it doesn't tend to be detrimental. But man, the Wii, stupid fucking name.
Dumb as fuck. Yeah.
Number 3, briefly discussed last week, so we won't dwell by it, but the Famicom, which continues to sound like a suppository for your vagina.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Mopping up that vag.
Whatever's up there. It's getting stuck in.
Yeah,
we'll move on swiftly. Xbox 360. Why was it called that?
Because it was meant to encapsulate the 360 of your entertainment or something, wasn't it?
Microsoft are terrible at naming consoles.
Well, I mean, they nailed it with Xbox, I guess.
I don't even like that.
I like it. It's like Sexbox.
I don't really like Xbox as a name. Certainly Xbox 360 makes absolutely no sense. Coming out of an era of consoles that, where the number was the number of bits they were capable of, it didn't make much sense at all.
But the fact that it was like, the X Direct box, that's where they were going with it. So from their point of view, it did make sense with Xbox.
I guess so.
But then, the Xbox 360, because it's all around you. Ugh.
I hate it. It's one of my favourite consoles of all time, possibly my favourite, but I hate that name. I think it's terrible. Number 5 of our top 5, the Apple Pippin, buddy. As I said, sticking mainstream, wasn't going to mention any niche stuff, but the Apple Pippin.
I like the
Apple Pippin, buddy.
Yeah,
it's
like
hard to say. It sounds fucking shit. There's nothing sleek or technologically advanced about the Apple Pippin. It's a terrible name. So there we are.
Great console.
So that's me. You've noted down a few more.
I've chucked in another 5, making it a top 10.
I don't agree with most of those.
Why?
Because I don't think they're bad names.
The Sega Nomad.
I don't think that's a very good name. No, that is a terrible name. I think it was known as the Genesis Nomad in the States as well.
Yeah, I think so. The Game Boy.
I like the Game Boy. I got no problem with that at all.
But why?
Because you're gaming.
Why is it a boy?
Because it was the 80s and girls didn't play games. According to society.
It's a Game Boy.
Crucial caveat.
It's a bad name.
I like it. Got no problem with it.
It's a bad name.
I don't like it.
I know, I don't like it either.
No, I don't like your tone, is what I'm saying. We should let the listeners decide, and I'm sure that there'll be lots of stuff coming in.
Actually, this is a bad name. Virtual Boy.
But I can see why they did
do
that.
Do you want to play with a virtual boy?
No, but you weren't playing
question.
with a Game Boy either. It was the Game Boy was you are a Game Boy.
No, you're touching that Game Boy.
You are a Game Boy, as in you are the boy that the Game Boy is talking about.
He was a skater boy. I mean, he was a Game Boy.
She said, "See you, Virtual Boy." I got no problem with the Game Boy or the Virtual Boy. They're talking about you. They're not talking about the system.
I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a real man.
I know, but you were in the 80s. They got you there.
No, it's bad names.
This one I don't agree with at all, buddy.
The Atari Jaguar.
It's a fucking great name for a console.
That's why you like Genesis. Because you're fucking retarded.
That's how we get ants. I like it.
No. It had the loading screen. It was like, wow. It's terrible. Bad name. So, you think how is the Atari Jaguar better than like the Wii or the Xbox 360?
I think because Jaguar is a cool animal. It's known for its speed. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at Jaguar cars, the majority are terrible.
They're sleek sports cars. They're world renowned.
For an elderly gentleman.
I think the Jaguar represents like a sleek, cool animal. I got no issue with it whatsoever.
Sex panther.
The Wii is literally emptying your groin. Like that. That's the problem there.
I still think it's a bad name. I don't like it. It makes no sense.
Fair play.
I don't want it.
Let us know, buddies. This is going to be a bone of contention with a lot of people. What do you think? What are your worst named consoles? And what?
I feel like I backed up your top 5 and you're just mocking me constantly.
You can do what you like, mate. I'm sorry. I'm being completely honest here. I'm not trying to fuck you over. I genuinely think the Jaguar is a good name. I think that the Game Boy was a good name as well. I like those for whatever reason. It's kind of a subjective thing, but
terrible.
No.
The N64 Double D.
Wasn't that a disk drive rather than
It was the add-on, yes. But it just makes me think of big boobs.
Do you think that was Nintendo's intention? It's kind of out of character with Nintendo.
I like it.
I quite like that as well.
I mean, they're going Virtual Boy. Now they're getting Double D's involved.
They are, yeah.
I mean, what are they trying to do to me in my youth?
The Nintendo Clopper. Well, maybe not. Let us know what you think, buddies. I think everyone's going to have their own little say there. From a little bit of skirting around on the internet, what I did discover was most people think that the Xbox One is a terrible name. Most people think the Wii U is a terrible name. Those were the two most popular
bad names
to hate.
What about good names? I mean, PlayStation, good name.
Genesis,
GameCube, good name. Genesis, bad name.
Mega Drive, the Saturn is a great name for a console. I
can see it. I don't know.
I like it.
I think so.
The Dreamcast was a little bit fanny, but I quite liked it personally.
He liked it a bit fanny.
I thought the Game Gear was a cool name for a console.
Game Gear. What about the N-Gage?
No, because it felt a little bit too sort of corporate. We're trying really hard, so I wasn't keen on that.
I mean, 2DS and 3DS just make total sense.
They do. You know what really fucks me off about the Wii, by the way?
What's that?
The code name for that console was the Nintendo Revolution, and that is a fucking brilliant name
Terrible
for a console.
Name.
I think it's a great name.
Why would you call it a revolution?
Because it was horrible. Because it was a revolution of gaming where suddenly they were making you stand up and use like motion stuff. It made perfect sense for that system.
It just makes me think of like La Revolution, like fucking standing up and sticking it to the man.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, mate, I don't want to stick it to no man.
Went on to sell hundreds of millions of copies.
Of course it did.
I think I think Revolution's a far better name than Wii. I think we can both agree on that.
We didn't mention the Switch.
No, I got no issue with the Switch.
No issue with the Switch.
No.
Right. I mean, I feel like I just don't know you anymore.
Get in touch, buddies. Contact us. We are the JfG podcast at gmail.com. You can send in your emails and let us know, or contact us on the old community. Let us know what you think in terms of game console names. Maybe it's really subjective, buddy. Maybe people just don't agree. I mean, we certainly don't. Maybe our listeners don't either.
I agreed. You didn't.
I'm just going with my heart, buddy. I can't help it. So there we are. There's whatever that section was. Let's move on. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
Has he got any questions this week?
We got a little discussion going on here.
Ooh.
And I've included old Octopizzle in this section, buddy, because they were just kind of having a bit of a chat, and I thought it was quite interesting for the show. So, firstly, PJ in Fuckwit Corner here, guest starring. He says, new F1 was quality on game night. Felt a lot grippier due to the wide wheels, loads more feedback on the wheel, and the multiplayer worked day one. Tons of fun. Once they sort the screen tear, it's going to look the part.
They won't fix that.
It'd be nice if they did.
Maybe.
And then Funk chipped in, yeah, it feels better, doesn't it? Always a bit shy of the yearly games. Probably won't get Pez till Christmas like last year. Just don't want to pay full whack for same old, same old. I'd rather shell out on Destiny, I think.
Shit, yes, son.
I can totally understand where Funk's coming from on the yearly franchises. Certainly a game like Pez as well, where I don't think he plays a great deal of that solo. And the same goes for a lot of the racing games. I think this year you could probably forgive yourself for shelling out earlier on the franchises because there's going to be a shortage of other things to buy this year, as we discussed before. But as long as Funk's getting Destiny, I think we're happy, aren't we, buddy?
Mate, yeah. I mean, I didn't know his stance on Destiny. Well, obviously, I knew his stance on the original Destiny, how he enjoyed the time he had there, but then it just died of its death, like the majority of these games do. So yeah, I'm ultra super pumped.
Ultra super pumped!
That, you know, he's looking forward to the new Destiny, and obviously I swiftly reminded him that that's out next week, buddy. Get some credit.
And that's out next week.
That's out next week, indeed.
We're going to play the balls off of that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could quite happily go without buying Pez until whenever, but I know that you love the shit out of Pez.
Yeah, I play the balls off that on a weekly basis. I play my Master League. This year I've played it just as much as I did last year and the year before that. It's my go-to relaxation game. I think a lot of people have got one. That's the one that I fire up when I'm not sure what else to play, and I can just sit in front of it for a couple of hours and kind of forget about the world. So I always get my money's worth out of that whenever I buy it. So I think that's probably, you do me a solid there, and we get stuck in early doors. But yeah, it's still understandable from Funk, isn't it?
Indeed, buddy. Indeed.
So thanks, PJ, and thanks, Funk. Old PJ and Funk in there. Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we want to know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Street Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We want to know.
Get on the show.
Get on the show. And just a little cheeky one this week from Michael Strong, buddy. A certain Michael Strong who is somewhere in the midst of episode 118 of the podcast, desperately trying to keep up with our prolific weekly schedule.
Busy.
It's hard. It's hard because we're so We're so reliable, as you well know, buddies, and that means that if you get behind, then you get behind, and Michael Strong is behind. But he said, a little comment from our Facebook page this week, shit, I am so far behind. But he also said, Ash, you don't like roguelikes? I'm into Spelunky right now. Maybe give that another go.
I played... Oh no, that was SteamWorld Dig. But I had SteamWorld Dig and I think Spelunky on my Vita. And I ended up playing SteamWorld Dig because it was not a roguelike.
Yeah, you're not really a big fan.
No, I don't get it. Like, I like my video games to be like repetitive and boring, I guess. You know, I don't like change. I don't like, I like learning different routes and so I guess I should like Sonic a lot more, really, shouldn't I? But with roguelikes, I just can't get it out of my head. Like, it's okay to die.
Yeah,
I guess. I'm just. That's
odds.
like a massive barrier for me, and I'm just like, I don't die in computer games. That is the opposite of what you're meant to do. And it's a strange one. Maybe I do just need to give like some of these games like another go. And Spelunky, from what I played of it, was enjoyable. Like the art style is pretty cool. And the fact I think you can complete that game in like under like 2 minutes or something, which is quite funny. That appeals to me as well.
Absolutely. What I will say is, last week I watched the no clip episode of Spelunky, and that really made me want to play it as well. This mentioned before Danny O'Dwyer's documentary series, a Witcher one coming out this week, buddy. By the looks, that it's going to be well worth a watch. Highly recommend that one. Funk as well, because I know like how like big into The Witcher 3 he was. They're doing a big old like hour-long episode with CD Projekt Red talking about that game. But yeah, the Spelunky episode was great, and it made me want to try it as well. But as you say, I have exactly the same problem. It's that whole, you know, I've spent my entire life playing video games trying not to die, and knowing that obviously you're still trying not to die, but knowing that that's all right and you can kind of go around again and it's a bit different. It's freeform gaming that I'm just not really used to, I guess. And maybe sticking at it would be the answer. But certainly a good Vita game, and I know that the missus played the balls off of that. So it's got a lot going on there. It's good shit.
Nice.
Someone just doing some drilling downstairs, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I can hear, mate. That's nice.
Good, isn't it?
Like
it's nice. Yeah.
I'll try and edit that out.
Fucking cheers for that. 20 past 10 on a
Fucking
weeknight. Just get the fucking power tools out, probably.
Cunts.
Good idea. So yeah, thanks so much for that, Michael Strong. And everyone who contributed this week. And as I said, get in touch, buddies. I'll tell you how shortly. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 126 of the JfG podcast. And what a time we've had. And I'm a little bit drunk on the old shitty lager. I don't know about you, son.
Yeah, mate, my knockoff Stella is doing the job right now. It's going down smoothly. I feel like it's definitely made me a lot more feistier this evening.
Yeah, you got to go upstairs and beat your wife up now, buddy.
I'm going to have to go and do some wife beating.
That's how it works.
I think that's going to be the podcast title. Wife beating.
Good shout. Yeah, that'll go down really well.
Yeah. Job done.
Yeah, just pop upstairs and beat your wife. Good idea. The JfG podcast is in no way affiliated with wife beating.
No, and never will it be.
No. Cool. What are we playing now, by the way?
Oh, fuck. Fishing Planet.
Okay. Fuck's sake. Yep, I'm with you. I'm fucking with you, buddy. I'll follow you into that nightmare. Gleefully.
Free-to-play game 2017. Game of the year. Free-to-play game of the year 2017. Fishing Planet.
Fishing Planet it is, buddy.
It's got, it's either that or Orcs Must Die Unchained. Who knows? Well, we could play some Orcs, actually. I haven't played it all week. I haven't played it since the last podcast night.
I haven't played it since last week either.
There you go. Maybe we'll do that.
Well, I know what's more likely.
Fishing Planet.
Fishing Planet it is. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk. We're also on Facebook, of course, / the JFG Podcast. We are on Twitter. Our handle is at the JFG Podcast. Come join us on SoundCloud if you want to hear an episode from several weeks ago that will never be updated again. That's SoundCloud / Just for Gamers. We are on a selection of streaming websites like the old Choo buddy with the JFG Podcast on there. Beam.pro, aka fucking mixer.com, where we are JFG Podcast, and twitch.tv / the JFG Podcast. Come and join our PS4 community. I neglected it slightly this week, buddy. Despite seeing lots of ulces, I left my phone charger at home and was unable to take photos of them. Schoolboy, I know that everyone's missing the ulces. I'll get back on that this week. But get stuck in, buddies, on your PS4 if you have one. Join the JFG Podcast community and you can post weird shit, check out Mel's art, that sort of thing. Be lovely times. And we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Just want to say quick thanks to everyone getting involved on the chat, because obviously, we do this live every Wednesday, buddy.
Yeah, we fucking do. You can come and join us on those streaming sites that I mentioned on a Wednesday indeed. From about 8ish, but we'll tweet and Facebook when we're going live. Come and join us, get stuck in. It's a good time had by all.
Indeed. And on that, goodbye.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JFG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook / the JFG Podcast, or Twitter where we are at the JFG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.